basically you look at the number of players they had go down, and the game was a physical game, obviously. But I want to know how physical it was from your standpoint, and how big of a factor you think the bye week, you guys having the bye week beforehand, played into you guys coming out pretty much unscathed.
Yeah, I mean, I think the game was very physical, and I think the bye week gave us an advantage as far as the injury part. They obviously had more guys that went down than we did. I'm not going to say we were fresher, but in our mind we were fresher than them. And I think that played a major part too. Mentally, we were refreshed mentally, and it helped us out a lot.
Javi, a lot of people are making a big deal out of the LSU pick that was not ruled a pick. Do you ever, with 6 minutes to go in the game, do you ever take that kind of personally? You think that
I still don't know what you're talking about.
LSU intercepted the ball.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And the official said no, it was incomplete. It was out of bounds. Do you ever kind of take that personally and think, you know what? Even if they do have the ball, they ain't going to score. It wouldn't have been that big of a difference in the game.
Yeah,
think about that.
That's something that's totally out of your control. You know what I'm saying? That's kind of more so for the fans to debate and argue about. The two teams, obviously had the results and have to deal with it. But 2 years ago, Matt Caddell made a diving catch, 50-yard diving catch. That was, to look to us was clearly a catch. And they said it was an incomplete pass. Could have been a determining factor of the whole game. We didn't nag and complain about it. We went along and, we kept playing. Didn't come out successful, but we kept playing or whatever. And that was something that we had to deal with. That's how the game goes. The referees have a crucial part to play in that game, and they're under a lot of pressure to make a lot of decisions. So whatever happens, and you gotta adapt and live with it.
Hey, Javi, you guys usually play as the leader, the front runner. LSU had the lead a little bit in this game. You've only trailed twice at half this year. Is there a different feeling when you are trailing and you go into halftime not with the lead?
Nah, not really. Because if it is, then we're not going to win. We're going to be tense and what to do, have a what to do type feeling. You know what I mean? We're not always down, but we're a good enough football team to know what to do in those type of situations. And the key word is the key thing is not to panic. And I think that's a vital character trait that we developed over the years, and it helped us a lot Saturday.
Mississippi State's head coach is the former offensive coordinator at Florida, so a lot of similarities, obviously, on that side of the ball this week. Do you look just at what Mississippi State's done this year, or do you even go back into what Florida's done in the past?
I think you got to go back to what Florida's done in the past, because that's where he was, and that's what he that's what he did, and it's what you always do, even if in all coaching situations when they switch to a different team and you're playing against the new team, you got to look back at the old stuff, and if you're smart enough, and I think that's what we'll do.
That offense, Utah, Florida, very similar. Now Mississippi State. What's been the biggest thing that's given you guys some problems with it?
Just the scheme is always great against it. The keys is what you got to read your keys, and it's sometimes hard to do. And and they end up making a play. I mean, I think that's the only struggle with it. Opposed to just going against a basic pro style offense. And they're running the ball and they're throwing the ball, either or. These guys, they got 17 and a half people running across your face, and who has the ball, and they all run a 4.240. So it's just like chaos, and it's hard, but you got to focus on your keys, and you're bound to make a mistake. But that mistake could be a critical mistake, and I think that's just been a struggle.
What do you remember about that game 2 years ago the most?
Which game?
The state game in Starkville.
It was. I would think it was like one of my first starts, so I was in a frantic state. I'm just running around like a chicken with his head cut off. So I don't remember nothing. But I do know from the past few years that they're a very, very, very capable team and a very competitive team. So it's just gonna be like another LSU game to us. So that's what I remember, and that's what I can go off of.
Does the fact that Mississippi State has played so well against the top-ranked opponents get your attention a little bit more?
I mean, I think so. But it always happens like that. Any team that's playing against a top-ranked opponent, they raise their game up. Coach Saban tell us week in and week out, and we got a target on our back because of how we are. And we expect that from every team. And even if a top-ranked opponent, a team doesn't play as well against a top-ranked opponent, and we're going in to play them, I think they're still going to bring the A game in and play very well because they know that the margin for error is very, very slim.